Hi, friends. It's Deb with Peaceful Wellness, and this week we're looking at unity with the larger whole. So, as you may recall, last week we explored unity in relationship and how our practice supports compassion, patience, and understanding with the people in our lives. And this week we expand the circle. So, we begin to explore unity not just with individuals, but with the larger whole, as I said, with life itself. In many contemplative traditions, including Buddhist teachings, we are reminded that the sense of separateness we often feel is not the full picture. We we experience ourselves as individuals, right? With our own thoughts, our emotions, and stories. Yet at the same time, we are deeply interconnected with everything around us. For example, our breath connects us to the air that all beings share. The food we eat comes from soil and sunlight and countless unseen processes. And the emotions we feel are shaped by relationships and communities and the wider world. Nothing exists entirely on its own. Everything arises through connection. And this understanding is often described as interdependence. Thich Nhat Hanh said inner being, for example. So interdependence reminds us that our lives are woven together with the lives of others, human and non-human alike. And when we forget this interconnectedness, it can be easy to feel isolated. We we may believe that we are carrying our struggles alone. We may feel separate from others or even from life itself. But our meditation practice gradually softens that sense of separation as we sit quietly and observe experience. We begin to notice something subtle. The breath we feel entering and leaving the body is not ours alone. The sounds we hear are part of a shared environment. Even our thoughts and emotions are shaped by conditions beyond ourselves. And through awareness, we begin to sense that we are part of a much larger unfolding. And this realization can be deeply stabilizing. It reminds us that we belong. One of the simplest ways to reconnect with this larger unity is through awareness of the natural world. So when we notice the rhythm of the seasons, the movement of the clouds, the sound of wind through trees, we are reminded that we are participants in a living system. And the body itself reflects those same rhythms, right? The breathing, circulation, the nervous system responding to the environment. And our meditation practice helps us remember that we are not outside of nature. We are nature. And when we allow ourselves to feel that connection, something in the nervous system often softens. The body recognizes its place within a larger field of life. Now, unity does not mean that everyone thinks the same or agrees on everything, because we know that's not true, right? Unity means recognizing that deeper shared humanity beneath the differences. So, in times like right now, when the world feels divided or uncertain, remembering this shared foundation becomes really especially important, I'll say. And every person we encounter wants safety, right? Every person seeks some form of happiness. Every person experiences moments of fear, loss, and hope. Our mindfulness practice helps us to see beyond surface differences and reconnect with that common ground. So, as this week unfolds, you might gently explore this question. What, what changes when we remember that we are not separate from life, but expressions of it? So, what changes when we remember that we are not separate from life, but we're expressions of it. Think about that. So what may happen is that perhaps we begin to treat the body with greater care. Perhaps we extend patience toward others. Perhaps we feel less alone in difficult moments. Unity is not something we have to create. It's something we begin to recognize that it's always been here. And our practice simply helps us remember. So this week, allow your meditation to become a way of sensing your place within the larger web of life. With each breath, you are participating in something vast and shared. You belong to this unfolding moment. And the more we remember that connection, the more naturally that compassion, steadiness, and wisdom begin to arise. So that will be the meditations this week on the Peaceful Path. If you'd like to join our free school community, you can go to peacefulwellnessgroup.com so you can meditate with me, Deb. Thank you so much for joining with me today, and I wish you much peace.